I should have an
Sorry. We've run out. Yes.
Not really.
Yes, I got in trouble for that, hey? Alright. So we are team 7, yeah? Okay,
Wikispace.com.
Owen, could you please read this page? Have you read it?
Wait, I don't know if my code's right. I don't think my code's right. Is that the code? FR7MD. Okay.
Did you read last night? Did you read
FR7MD.
yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Anyone for Suan?
What paper?
Anyone like to read stage directions instead?
Yes.
Jesse, would you like to read Suan? Yes, Suan, you can.
Okay. Okay, that's R7MD. Yeah, that's the code.
Would you read stage directions?
Yeah.
Or you can read Suan. I'll read Suan.
Yeah.
And I've been
After me.
I'll read the first lot of stage directions.
Sure.
The house site, daytime. Christine is measuring sheets of fibro, marking the shapes with a sharp pencil, angle, and ruler. She slips the tools in and out of her work pouch with familiar ease and speed. She scores the fibro and then snaps the side pieces over a workbench. The baby, asleep in the pram next to her, starts to grumble. She stops to pick him up. Suan lunges up to the house. She is sulky and testy. She dumps a load of shopping, food and hardware down in front of Christine. You look tired. Do your own flipping shopping next time.
The baby stops grumbling.
You cheered up when you heard your voice. You knew this.
Suan immediately melts into doting sing-song.
Do you, Clint? You know your mum's voice? Don't you, gorgeous? That's mum's voice. Oh, my back's so bad. It's bad today. Sit down. I've got it.
She settles the baby back in the pram as Suan flops herself down. She's keen to cheer Suan up, involve her in the progress of the house.
Hot water soon. You'll be able to have a bath. Sleep in a real bed. Gary would have had it done by now.
Christine turns back to look at the house.
Yeah, well, I don't know how Gary can carpenter stuff by himself. He was always rigging up contraptions and that. Did you ever help him? One time. This one time, he wanted to get this big bit of wood right up. The ridge beam? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, he ties this rope onto the hook and the other end onto the tow bar on the ute. He gets me to drive the ute down the hill while he's climbing up around the top. He's yelling out to me, "Stop there!" And I go, "What?" Like I can't hear him, even though I can. And he'd go, "Go forward 2 inches. Stop. Jesus H. Christ, Suan, stop." What? Jeez, he got all riled up.
Christine smiles, enjoying Suan's story.
But you got it up there in the end. I guess so. It was very beautiful up there, but I don't see how anyone can make a living on this planet. Oh no. Gary had it all worked out. He was going to turn it back into a sheep farm. Yeah? But Dave always reckoned there wasn't enough paddock. Did Dave say how much more land you need to run sheep? I don't know.
Christine can see that Suan's mood is turning miserable and her back is hurting. Christine goes over to stroke her back soothingly.
Want to come and see the new doors? I didn't give a flying flip about the doors. Why did I ever think that I could live in this stuff hole? Who am I meant to talk to? You and a few boozy old creeps at the pub.
Christine is anxious to cheer Suan up.
Oh well, I'll ask Dave to come over for dinner. If we get him drunk, he'll make up some bullshit stories. Give us a laugh.
Suan shrugs, sobbing. Continue. It's night. Sue-Ann, Christine and Dave are huddled around a gas lamp in front of the house where they've just finished having dinner. Sue-Ann is rugged up in voluminous blankets, holding the baby close. Christine is quite drunk, making her expansive and unguarded.
Other blokes probably would have bull-stuffed me to get their greedy paws on my concrete money, but Gary really loves me. I know that. Oh, I feel a bit off my face. New feels are making me feel spacey. Lie flat then.
She makes space beside her for Sue-Ann to lie down, maybe with her head resting against Christine's lap.
It's going to be so weird living here, just being clean, no one to talk to at night and that.
Look, Sue-Ann, I said I would leave until you feel okay with yourself, to be by yourself.
This is news to Dave. Christine is aware that Dave is throwing her a questioning look, but she refuses to meet his eyes. Sue-Ann is getting woozier.
Getting cold at night time.
Meanwhile, Christine is tucking the blankets up around Sue-Ann, with the unconscious gestures of a parent with a little kid.
Oh well, they're demolishing the house out the back with his place. Guy said he'll give me the Potbelly stove for $10 to keep this house close to warm.
She looks down to see that Sue-Ann has fallen asleep. Her grip around the baby is becoming precarious.
Sue-Ann?
She's out to it. He's out there.
Christine gently prices Sue-Ann's arms loose enough so she can rescue the baby from falling.
Milky dribbles over the little mate. Let me. I'll just...
She wipes the baby's face with the corner of the blanket.
Hey, Glenn, looking pretty hot now.
Admit it, you like them.
They're nice little creatures.
More than that, he's got good effect on me.
Baby smiles at parents. Oh, isn't he lovely? People feel better for him. Doesn't mean the kid's doing very well. Out of the deal. What if the parents are miserably screwed up losers? All the smiling and doing the work are going to save that kid.
Christine gently puts Clint back to sleep in the pram. Then she looks down at Sue-Ann asleep.
Maybe her and Gary would have made a go of it.
And sometimes there's a stench of something good.
How come you're such a romantic, Dave?
It looks to me like most couples fall for each other's worst features. They connect at the broken bits.
This is one of my favourite lines. It's like, they connected at the broken bits. Kind of like Christine's trying to build this house together, get the pieces to fit, and it's like that with their relationships. And Dave sees that as a bad thing, that people connect with the broken bits, that they share similar experiences in their life. That's why Dave and Gary got along. They were both broken people. But Christine sees it as a good thing.
Is it ragged?
Ragged.
Ragged edges meeting up. Is that such a bad thing?
I see it working out very often.
Sue-Ann snuggles up close to Christine, completely relaxed. Christine looks down at her and laughs.
I've got a few months resolutions myself. Doesn't it Sue-Ann rile me up?
Waste of time getting cranky with a force of nature like Sue-Ann.
Force of nature. Except this one needs looking after with a little kid.
Yeah.
How come I ended up longer with the childcare?
Well, I respect it for that.
Christine is wary that he's taken the piss.
Not that you'd be a mug like me.
No, I'm allergic to responsibility. You must be a better person than me.
And I like that for Dave.
God, I've never been accused of that before.
Yes, right. Dave's tone takes a deeper, more serious edge in the next lines. But at the same time, the baby stirs and Christine is momentarily distracted, cuddling him back to sleep.
Yeah, well, if people took responsibility for what's well in front of them, maybe things wouldn't always have to turn out so shit house.
Christine looks up with a beaming smile.
I gotta say, I'm drunk. Saying this because I'm drunk. I've got to say this was good.
Dave smiles, shaking free of his grim mood to see her so expansive.
What? You mean?
This, I wasn't expecting this. I suppose it's hormones. The human being will look after little babies instead of leaving them out on the savannah to perish.
Don't ask me.
Anyway, there's all this story goes into it. It's taking me by surprise.
Surprised
So
by
wait, go back. Okay, so the quote there. You got the one from Dave, people took responsibility. Going to Christine, I got to say this feels good. It feels good for her to take responsibility for things. Dave's like, what? And then Christine is like, well, it's I wasn't expecting it to feel good. So that's a good quote there. And her line next, there's all this joy built into it. So there's a sense of hope here, isn't there? There's a tone of hope for the characters that it's going to work out.
This morning, I felt like, you're laughing. Yes, you will. You will, but fuck it. There's no one else here to say it to. This morning I took a deep breath and it was like I had to get more air in. It's inside my lungs and opened up and I just sucked a little air. Laugh now.
Okay, this quote is the moment where you can see that Christine has changed for the better. And so a lot of people use this one in their essays last time. I took this deep breath and it was like I was getting more air in. She's more content, isn't she? She can she's no longer having this pent-up aggression. She can take a deep breath, she's calm, and she's a lot happier. She's experiencing joy in taking responsibility.
Yeah, but it sort of aches, like your muscles are stiff. But yeah, it's a good feeling. Filling up with good feelings. Huh? Have you ever seen me this drunk and pathetic?
Why would her muscles be stiff?
You're one of those types that, I thought that was the line.
It's because, she's so uptight and she's not used to feeling content. She's not used to feeling happy.
Don't keep saying things like that.
You are one of those types of people confessing things that people confess things to, aren't you?
Well,
People come up to you in waiting rooms or in buses and reveal all their secrets to you, I bet.
I keep it a secret.
I can't believe how much I tell you, and you never reveal anything by yourself. I hate that.
Well, I'm sorry. Ask me a question then.
I could ask you about your family.
He braves a smile, but his face is pinched and apprehensive.
Good.
No, it doesn't work like that. I'll swear I left that lamp on again.
They both turn to see that a gas lamp has been left on inside the house. It glows through the windows, making the house look lived in.
Looks like a real house. Real people.
Christine has kept her face turned away from him. He then notices that she's crying.
You alright?
She turns back, teary but smiling.
Yeah, I'm okay. Don't know why I'm crying, because I feel fine, really. I don't know.
Dave takes hold of her hand, stroking her arm, edging closer.
This is so stupid. I don't even know why I'm crying.
Don't worry about it.
I'm actually okay. I mean, this is...
Dave's comforting embrace eventually turns into a kiss.
Ooh, they love each other. Underline that.
Christine
Dave's comforting embrace eventually turns into a kiss. They're taken off guard, and they give in to the commitment to each other. And these characters don't take commitment lightly as well. So what's the effect? Keep reading.
Christine is taken off guard, and for a moment they both let themselves give into the kiss. Christine then pulls away.
What?
This is a bad idea.
Oh, is it?
Bad for me, anyway. This is where Christine would get pulverized.
Come on. What kind of person do you think I am?
I might expect more, and you can't promise more, can you?
No.
So you better go home.
You can call a garage next to a burnout house, honey.
So underline that because it's a stark contrast between the house that they built to be a home, which is symbolic of all its responsibilities, and next door is this burnt out house. That represents Dave, doesn't it? Gary's house represents his hopes, and then after that, Christine, and Dave, his lack of commitment and responsibility.
Well, you'll be falling out soon anyway.
On the 15th. Want me to carry her down to the 10th?
No, I can. There's nothing for her.
Dave watches her gather up the empty bottles, preparing to go to bed.
Christine.
She steadfastly refuses to look at him. He reluctantly turns and disappears into the darkness. Continue.
Okay, keep going.
Yep. The hardware store. Vince is consulting a list to gather the items Sue-Ann is purchasing. Sue-Ann is in full whinging flow, with Vince murmuring in sympathetic agreement to whatever she says.
She's a bully. Sue-Ann do this. Sue-Ann go to test and get your HSC. She's got it all planned out, you know. Well, stuff that. She's always screeching at me about Clint. He's my baby, isn't he?
Vince nods emphatically.
Just because because she's a dried up old bitch with no bloke and no baby of her own. She's trying to take over mine.
He tucks and shakes his head.
Sick, I reckon. Anyway, I'll go miserable living up there with her. Know what I mean, Viv?
He nods earnestly. Her righteous, spiky tone suddenly dissolves into sniffling.
Things they need to fossilise. Gary would have looked after us, I know that. What am I supposed to do now? I need someone to look after me and Cliff.
She flops onto the hardware store counter, sobbing. Vince is astonished to see her like that. He feels simultaneously terrified and compelled towards her. He gingerly reaches out a hand to pat her.
Jeez, you're a nice person, Vince. You're the only person I can talk to like this. He's too scared to talk.
Emboldened by her words, he attentively moves his arm to enfold her shoulders. He clasps her hand, stroking it devotedly, holding on tight as if he's scared she'll run off.
I got another uncle with living in past the Central Coast. He'd give me a job. Reckon you'd like it up the Central Coast. Take little swings to the beach and that.
Yeah, being by the sea, that's got to be healthy for babies, hey?
And Auntie will help out with Flint, and I can save up money for a deposit on a house.
Might get my compo money soon.
No, Joanne. I want $1 for a compliment. I want up to another baby, and I mean it.
Oh, Vince, I can't believe it. That's exactly what I want.
Vince's earnest head of the family tone suddenly drops for a grin of boyish thrill.
Grace.
If there's really a God, I reckon he sent you to me and Clint. Who she said that to before?
She said that about Gary.
She said that about Gary, yeah. The exact same time.
He squeezes her hand earnestly.
I'm making you a promise, Joanne.
Okay, keep going.
Yep. The house side. Daytime. Christine is working at a frantic pace now, reminiscent of Gary's work frenzy. Dave watches her. There's something unnervingly pumped up about her heady good spirits.
Celebration is tonight. Reaching the cup.
Congratulations.
Papa's going to bed by it.
Yeah, I nearly finished up. That came to get rid of me, eh?
No, I want to make an offer on your plane.
Hey.
I need to add your acreage to mine because I'm going to run sheep.
You know bugger all about running shit.
And you bugger all about building until I start a deal.
They haven't got any more money to make me an offer.
I'll go to the bank tomorrow.
They won't give you a loan.
They might.
No way you pay off.
I've got some ideas.
Come on, Christine, be realistic.
Are you saying you work for me on that?
Of course I'm not saying that. It's a crazy idea and you end up...
What do you care?
Well, I would like to see you end up in the mess.
Christine turns to him with a wild-eyed smile, full of bravado.
I quit my job yesterday.
She throws her body into the work she's doing.
I found out about tech courses, so I can get her HSC and then I'll help her do whatever she wants. No one else is offering her that chance, are they?
How long do you reckon she's going to hang around?
Does there have to be a time limit? Why can't this be permanent?
Permanent.
Me and Suanne and the baby. We can make that work. We'll go half the bloody normal families out there.
Look, I'm not a fan of normal families, but
I knew you'd bullshit on this.
what does Joanne think that's like?
You think I'm some mad woman with a crazy scheme?
I'm asking you what Joanne thinks.
Christine refuses to entertain doubt. She just works more feverishly.
You don't believe people can make anything work, so of course you can't believe in this.
Yeah, well,
It's easy to be chock full of wisdom when you sit around doing fuck all. Easy to make no mistakes that way.
sometimes doing nothing is a mistake.
What's he referring to?
Gary.
Gary, yeah. So underline that for Dave. Sometimes nothing can be a mistake.
Does he refer to like
That he should have stayed. Yeah. He said that while he's looking at the front doorway of the house, so the two lines go together. Sometimes nothing can be a mistake, and then he's looking at the front door. So you can use the technique of the stage direction to highlight the words that he said.
Christine is too preoccupied to notice. She spotted Suanne driving up in the ute.
He's got trouble with her.
Vince?
Suanne and Vince are holding hands as they approach her.
Me and Vince have got something to tell you.
She nudges Vince, who's supposed to do it. He freezes with fear of Christine. Suanne rolls her eyes at his gormlessness and takes over.
We're getting married.
Oh, I had no idea you...
Dave smoothly steps in to fill the gap left by the overreaction from Christine.
Congratulations, guys.
Thanks, Dave.
Christine decides she'll be happy to gush in frantic.
Yes, congratulations. That's wonderful. We'll have to arrange.
And we're going to live on the Central Coast with Vince, Auntie.
What?
She's paralyzed, sick. The ground has just collapsed underneath her.
Leaving straight away, actually. I've just come to get my stuff. Where's Clint?
I put him down in the tent. You're taking him?
Of course I'm taking him. He's my kid.
She plays confident, but she's very nervous of Christine's reaction. She grabs the chance to march off towards the tent. For a moment, Christine is too poleaxed to respond.
Christine.
Swan, wait a minute.
She runs off after Suen. Vince winces apologetically to Dave.
I'm sorry, Dave.
Right, you don't have to apologize to me, Vince.
I'm sorry, love.
You don't have to apologize to anyone, Dave.
I love her. I really do. I don't care if she's not my own. I love the same thing.
I know you do, Vince. She's an addict. Are you sure you know her?
I know she's a
Alright.
handful, but I don't mind, because people always reckon I'm a wet bastard.
You always do yourself.
I know it's a weak wet bastard, but she needs me. She makes me feel I like it.
I know.
He sees Christine coming up the hill after Suen. Both women are tearful. Christine is frantic, panicking. Suen is dogged, determined to go through with this. She pushes the pram with a bag of her belongings tucked under one arm. She loves the bag at Vince to hold. She shoves the bag at Vince to hold. She gathers up a few things scattered around the side.
Does this sound familiar? I think they're almost exactly the same as the stage directions for Sue and Lee, Gary. So what are you supposed to feel if that's how Oswald is assembling it together? You're supposed to feel sorry for Christine. You're also supposed to feel really worried that because look how it turned out for Gary. You want it to be a happy ending. You know there's only a couple of pages left, and so you want to know how this is going to work out.
Just wait a minute, Swan.
I said thanks for helping me out, okay? And I mean it.
Stop for a minute and listen to what
I'm doing this, so you might as well let me go without bossing me
I
around.
don't want to boss you around.
Don't make me say nasty stuff to you, okay? I don't want to.
Why is there a hurry?
Kids up and leave me alone.
You stay the fuck out of this.
Let's go, Vince.
Christine stands across Suen's path. Suen snorts with disbelief, brazen but nervous.
You going to try and stop me?
Of course not, but I want...
Leave me alone. Flip off.
Christine makes a last plea, aware that it's ridiculous, but unable to stop herself.
Leave him.
Suen wrenches the pram away from her.
Abe, I am not going to leave my baby with some mad bitch. He's my kid and he belongs to me.
She flicks her head for Vince to follow, and the two of them disappear offstage with the baby. Christine is frozen to the spot, gulping for air.
Look, Christine, I don't think...
Don't speak to me.
She starts to circle, breathing hard.
Hold on a second, Christine.
She grabs a sledgehammer and turns to the house. She gives the frame a huge thump with the hammer. She continues around the house, and we can hear her taking out the anger on the building. With the sounds of the sledgehammer thudding down, glass shattering and timber splintering, Dave listens helplessly for a moment, flinching at the ugly sounds. Finally, he goes after her.
Christine.
The two of them come back around to the front of the house as he tries to get to the sledgehammer off her.
Don't do this.
He folds her entirely to him so that she can't swing the sledgehammer. The fight goes out of
That's
her.
the same line as Gary as well. I mean, a lot of these are the fight goes out of her.
The fight goes out of her with a sudden slump, and she lets him take the sledgehammer.
Christine, listen.
She pulls herself away from him.
There's nothing you can say to me. Nothing you can say.
She flees. He watches her drive away and lets the sledgehammer drop from his hand. Then he walks away from the house too. We are left with the damaged, abandoned house for a moment.
Okay, so you know how I sort of said how that the house is treated as a bit of a character sometimes in the play? Well, this scene is silly, obvious because it's just there's no dialogue. It's just the stage direction. So scene 11 is all by itself, and it's linked with that last quote in scene 10. We are left with the damaged, abandoned house for a moment. So even the house itself is abandoned, like Gary was. Okay. So let's read it.
Right. The house at dawn. It looks exactly the same as Christine left it, with some damage and old tools and materials scattered where they were. We can hear the sounds of the bush around the house, but otherwise it's up.
Just to make that clear, you underline the last sentence of scene 10. We left with the damage to abandoned house for a moment. And then it might be worthwhile using the technique that scene 11 is, that it's a scene with only stage direction to show the dramatic impact of the theme of abandonment.
Alright. Christine is in a motel room somewhere, talking on the phone. She's back in city clothes. She's got a bottle of wine and the TV remote control beside her.
Well, I'm waiting to speak to the building inspector. No, just put me on hold again, Missy. You lost the call last time.
She sighs, cranky at being put on hold. She's trying to be brisk and businesslike throughout this call. The emotion sneaks up on her.
Yes, hello, yes. I know I spoke to you yesterday. I want to sell the property. No, my brother didn't put any plans into council. Don't speak to me like I'm a moron. I'm asking if your department can inspect the house retrospectively. I'm going to be responsible for demolishing a perfectly good house. No, I am not getting dirty. Look, if you go up there and inspect it, you'll see it's a very well-built house. A solid one. I'm not getting upset. I'm angry. I'm bloody angry, actually.
She slams down the mobile phone. She takes a deep breath and regains control of herself. Then she refills her glass with wine and turns on a TV with the remote. She flicks through the channels as we hear snatches of TVs now. Keep going. The house is still apparently untouched, with no sign of life. Christine walks up towards it. She slows down the closer she gets, as if nervous of the power the house might have over her. She hears a thump from inside and starts to cry.
This is private property.
Dave appears around the side of the house, wearing a carpenter's tool belt.
Am I having a vision?
He grins and shrugs.
What exactly are you doing?
Fixing up some of the damage you did. You didn't want to see all the good work to get good work.
I thought you'd have gone to the other side of Earth by now.
Self-help.
Oh, about that.
An awkward silence.
I heard in town you put this place on the market.
The money goes to Clint.
Fair enough.
An inspector from the council is supposed to turn up this afternoon.
Right. Well, I'm thinking of staying on at my place for a while and
Thought your parents' property was just not valuable.
well, that's true. I was running to sell me this place.
Oh, I see. Speaking of the house, you would expect to live in it.
No, that's not the fact why I'm doing this.
He keeps working as he talks, repairing something that Christine had smashed up.
There was a day, the week after you went to and shot through, I was at my place. I had this racket where the kitchen used to be. I went to have a look, and for a second I thought it was my father, kind of wandering around the house like he used to do.
Been on your own out there for too bloody long.
Yeah, anyway, he grabbed me. So I came here, and I looked at this house. I should have stayed with him.
Christine is thrown to see him show such emotion.
There was so much pain here. It hurt to look at it sometimes, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Felt like it was contagious or something. Everyone left it. Always abandoned it. So did I. Last week, I didn't know what to do. I looked at this house and there was some work to be done, so I'm doing it.
Okay. The quote there about Gary, there was so much pain in Gary. Everyone left him, abandoned him, and so did I. They're close to that Gary, yes, but they're also good for the theme of abandonment and breaking the cycle because of the pain in the character and the theme that Oswald is trying to deal with. It's quite an emotional moment, and it allows the audience to feel for the characters. You want their lives to get better, and thereby you want for other people who are in that same situation for their lives to get better too. So the quotes were, there was so much pain in Gary, which is just at the end of Dave, in the middle of the page. And then the other one was, everyone left him, all his life abandoned him, and so did I. Okay. Dave's Richard.
Yep. He looks directly at Christine, appealing her to understand. Christine opens her mouth to respond, but not sure what to say. Dave smiles and flicks his head, letting her off the hook. He doesn't expect her to answer the unanswerable. He turns away to continue the job he's doing. It gets to the stage where he has to hoist up something heavy and awkward. On impulse, Christine steps in to help him with it. Without either of them drawing attention to it, they begin working together, dividing the task with tactic cooperation.
So, you just sent me this place?
We couldn't get the money.
Yep, yeah. I was thinking we should do some kind of deal.
What? One of those deals where you get the land and they're paid for it?
No, I was thinking something more cooperative.
You mean like a merger?
He nods, but doesn't dare to look at her.
Put the two properties together in some kind of partnership?
Dave summons the courage to interpret her with a direct appeal.
Stay. Please stay.
So, Dave is so unused to any kind of commitment and relationship that he basically asked her out by talking in a business way, like a merger. Christine interprets it that way as well, because that's how it sounds. But then his final plea there, stay, please stay, which out of the mouth of Dave is obviously a telling moment for his character, that he has changed, that he has decided to commit to Christine, and that you know that there is now going to be a hope for them of working it out. This is our last scene, isn't it?
Yep. Alright. Between scenes, we see Dave and Christine finish the house. They bring on plants to place around the house as if the garden has started to grow up. The house. It's a perfect, brilliant day and the house looks like a fantasy happy home, with a neat little garden, pretty curtains, and so on.
Okay, a really good quote where you use the technique of the house, the stage direction, and it's showing that no matter which character you're using for relationships, you can use this quote to say that the relationships have allowed them to build their dreams. So the quote is, it's a perfect, brilliant day and the house looks like a fantasy happy home with a neat little garden, pretty curtains.
That's it.
Keep going.
Okay. The pretty stillness of the scene is broken by the raucous sound of Sue-Ann's bursting out from the front door, nagging Vince. Sue-Ann carries an outdoor chair out into the yard. She's followed by Vince, who lifts out a stroller with the sleeping baby inside. Clint is now 10 or 11 months old. Dave gives Vince a hand lifting in the stroller over the front step, but otherwise wanders down with them, unburdened.
I said to you, change the baby, Vince. I practically screamed it in your ear, deadhead. Dave heard it over the other side of the room, didn't ya?
Dave pulls a face, doesn't want to get involved. Vince's response to Sue-Ann is to be quiet and dogged.
You calling me a liar, dickhead? I'll tell you what.
No, I'm not.
Sue-Ann groans with exasperation and flounders down ahead of him. Vince doggedly follows with the stroller. Christine emerges through the front door. She is 7 months pregnant. She carries a few more chairs. It's clear that Sue-Ann has been getting on her nerves already.
Why in God's name do you think it was a good idea to invite me to stay a whole weekend?
I thought it was your idea.
Bullshit. Anyway, how come we're the only person not helping to carry stuff down?
Dave grins, just as luck he supposes. Christine stomps down to join Sue-Ann and Vince.
Either you heard me and you're lying about it, Vince, or you didn't hear me, which means you're a deaf moron. Either way, you call me a liar if you reckon I never said it.
So, how's the house going?
Nearly there now. It's one of them kiss rooms, but you get, option extras and that.
Okay, so it's interesting. Jesse, what's a kit home?
It's like a standard model that there's like little villages of them, and you go around and you choose one,
Yep.
and they've got a toy zone.
Yep. Yep.
Masters.
Yes, like Marcus. Yeah, so in contrast to the characters of Gary and Christine who do it themselves. But it sort of suits his character, doesn't suit Vince, it suits Sue-Ann. Still a dream for them. Is it my line? Yeah. You got all the... We got all the optional extras in the kitchen. Vince is a great cook, just as well, since I can't cook for stuff.
She guffles loudly, and we hear the baby yelp with fright.
Oh, thanks a million, Vince. Thanks for bumping the stroller around and waking him up. Wanted to have a minute of peace. No flipping way now, thanks to you.
Vince just sighs and lets it be.
Do you always let her talk to you like that?
Dave tries to signal to Christine, don't pursue this.
I mean, you sit there and let her treat you like a global bitch.
What? My husband is not a gormless nymph. We all know you're a poisonous bitch, but don't take it out of my husband, okay, Christine?
Dave puts his head on Christine's arm, quietly restraining her from biting back.
I'm sorry, Vince. That was mean.
There's an awkward silence.
Dave's going to spread the tubs up tomorrow. Vince, you might like to go along.
Yeah, sure.
Said maybe.
This is obviously a long-standing dispute.
Say that you're going to spread the tubs up. Because I'll pay young John to do it. I can't do it like this.
She indicates her belly.
I said I'd do it.
But I don't think you quite grasp the difference between saying that and doing it.
She then notices that Sue-Ann is pulling conspiratorial faces to Vince about Christine and Dave spatting in front of them. Christine shuts up, embarrassed.
I actually love it when she moves like this.
Christine smiles despite herself. Dave runs a finger down her belly and she laughs. Vince notices that Sue-Ann has lit up a cigarette right next to the baby.
Okay, so Sue-Ann never changes. Okay.
Lit up the cigarette.
Put it out to
My business.
next to the baby. Put it out.
Piss off.
Vince just holds her with a stern look. He doesn't give up. She makes a great show of siding and putting out the cigarette. Vince then reaches out to grab her hand, stroking it, making sure she's happy again.
Don't pour at me, Vince. Don't pour at me like some little animal.
She flounders a few steps away and Vince waits patiently. The baby makes some noises.
And you would be like this, and you aren't going to get anything.
Without the other seeing clearly, she fishes chocolates out of her pocket to placate the baby.
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, Vince, we'll have to drive up sometime to get your new house.
Yeah. What do you do?
Oh, well, Christine's very good.
He grins at her, teasing. She thumps him good-naturedly.
And Dave's no good at sitting around in the dark watching other people work.
Vince has spotted Sue-Ann's secret chocolate bribing.
Sue-Ann,
What?
we said no more chocolate.
The baby starts to cry at the sound of shouting voices.
You're pumping the baby with chocolate to shut him up?
He likes it. Now you make him cry, shouting at me.
If he fills up on garbage.
We're going to batten people fall out.
Exactly.
How come you two are ganging up on me? He's got a sweet tooth, like me. Nothing wrong with that.
Sue-Ann,
Check it out, Dave. Ganging up on me and making my baby cry.
lock the floor, Sue-Ann. Come on, you touch that now.
Holy bugger, all this shouting.
Not my fault, is it? I'll settle him down.
Vince gets up to grab the stroller from her.
Give it to me. This is the special way you like it.
F off, Vince. I'll settle him down.
Meanwhile, the baby's crying is loud and grating, getting more and more wounded up. Sick of the baby's crying and sick of the shouting and tension, Christine snaps. She scoops the baby up out of the stroller and sweeps off towards the house with him, away from the others.
Hey!
Vince yanks Sue-Ann back to sit down, giving her a firm look. Leave it. Sue-Ann sulks but complies. Meanwhile, Christine takes up the even, loping gait of someone trying to rock a distressed baby into quietness. The baby's volume has dropped, but he's still upset and crying.
Come on, little boy. It's okay now. Come on, throw down. That's the boy.
She keeps up the soothing patter. Her rocking walk towards her closer to the front door of the house.
Look at that little boy. So Susan was perfect person with the front door open. And all the flies, I think it was me, you know.
She reaches out to pull the door closed. As she does so, the door swings open wider. Gary is standing in the doorway of the house. Christine stands and stares at him, holding the crying baby. Then, on impulse, she hands the baby over to him. He pulls the baby in close to his shoulder, head and cradled into his neck. He rubs the baby's back soothingly, drinking in his feel and smell. The baby settles into silence within seconds. Gary and Christine exchange a smile.
Okay. Gary is dead. Gary did die. Gary committed suicide in Acts 1. Okay, so everybody's Who would like to explain the ending? I'll give you a few goes and then I'll tell you the ending. Come on, Mark. Oh, you don't have to get it right first. Who's got a sillier idea? No one after that. Okay, yeah. So what it is, yes, it's not realistic. To updating status about Gary being alive. It's not meant to be realistic. It's a non-realistic end to a realistic play, right? And what it is it's a symbolic representation. It's overly theatrical, yes. It's not real. Gary's not a ghost. It's meant to be the real, actual Gary. But it's a symbolic representation of the dream being passed on. And it's showing that Gary has done it. Even though Gary's not there to see it, the author gives the ending closure by showing Gary having his moment with his baby in his completed house and everyone is happy. That's my 2 cents. I mean, he may be a zombie at the end of the play ready to kill them all. That's a suggestion I've heard before. I don't agree with it. Up to you.
There's so many flaws with that suggestion before you get to the zombie.
Yeah, okay. I just put some pictures of the set design on the board for you so you can have a look. What's that? That's the area that's dedicated to the set design. Do we like the play? Not yet. Right? Still like it? That doesn't have a happy ending, but it does have a happy ending.
Electrically ever after. That would be better. Instead of end of what? End of World War One.
Joanne's annoying, isn't she? I reckon she'd have a real high-pitched, weaselly little voice.
That is such a Gary is alive. I don't know. Who knows, maybe he's from that TV show. What is it?
You were asked to complete the questions on Act 1 for due for submission for Friday. So make Thursday?
Friday.
So it's the next question, whatever it is. So I want to make sure that you're clear on some of these questions, and I would like to go through them with you. And then I will give you the homework for the following week, just because that's where we're up to. All right. So we did question 1 already. Yep. And I'd like to just point you in the direction. The questions are referring to the contents of Suzanne's bag. What was in Suzanne's bag? One of those. Okay? Okay. Roman earned his Violet Crumble in the easiest way I've ever given out that much chocolate. He identified what you need to do at the beginning of the paragraph, which is to write a topic sentence. So that's the Violet Crumble is the topic sentence reminder. I will bring some in for next lesson. I would what? I have 3 there in my desk. Yep, not here. Alright. Question, Act 1, Scene 2, significance of Gary's demonstration of what the house will look like. That's the part where he's walking around and demonstrating the imaginary change table, and the stage directions are important because they symbolise the fact that the dream for him at that stage is only just imaginary, it's only a dream. Compare the effect the baby has on the two characters in the scene. Is anyone doing this question? Thank you.
15 minutes.
Okay, so Suan's freaking out, whereas Gary is happy to have the responsibility and he wants to start a family. Act 1, Scene 3, explain the parallel between the house and Gary in Scene 3 and the way he relates to sex. Okay, so Act 1, Scene 3, why don't you all turn up to that page, page 12. It's actually to do with the abandonment. So you want to talk about abandonment here, in the way that he's always abandoned. And you can even use the quotes that we talked about today. The quotes to answer that do not have to come from that scene itself. So he's saying, oh yes, I was abandoned as a child, this is my background, and then you can compare that to the quote on page 40. Does that help, Owen? So the question is asking you to show the fact that Gary's always been abandoned, that relates to the house, like the story about his childhood, that relates to the house, because later on page 40, the house itself becomes abandoned. Yes, like what I just said was, you can use quotes from like the rest of it. It's just explaining his background story in that sense. Yeah, that was a hard one. Yeah, that was a hard one. Okay. Comparing contrast the perspective on family offered in this scene. Anyone read this question?
Try question 5.
Oh, you haven't chosen it yet?
Yeah, I'm doing that one.
Okay, so explain one perspective.
Gary is
Yeah, go.
Gary's pretty like not involved with it all. He's more like, doesn't really do anyone any good here to hang around. So
That's Gary, yeah?
yeah.
Yep. And Gary was attacked, yeah, good. Okay, yep, that's the perspective. So you just compare them and show the quotes and identify techniques that are used to compare them. Why does Gary want to build a house? It's quite more of a comprehensive question. What does he say? I just got to build a house. What does anger mean? Yep, that's right. Question 7. These are stories Gary has told many times before. Analyse the effect of the short monologues in this scene. What do these reveal about Gary's character? What's the effect of the short monologue? Gives you background to their character. It gives you background to the theme. You want to link this one to the theme of breaking the cycle. Jackson, what's the effect of the non-verbal language in the scene where she's on the phone? Can you remember? Pay attention, please. Yeah. Okay, so it's showing her anger, basically. Her built-up anger and frustration with the world. Oh, now I've written on it. I'll scroll with that. So, Dave's property is abandoned. Dave's property has never been fixed. He lacks commitment. He lacks responsibility. It's still burnt from when his father died. That is awful. People don't normally just leave things like that. Yeah?
And at the end, they don't ever actually say if they rebuild his house.
No.
I don't think you
I think that was the point. That was the point of the partnership.
together.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to demolish the house and establish land.
Sheep.
No, they wanted the two together so they could have sheep.
So when are they going to demolish that house?
Yeah.
But they don't actually say they keep it.
Like a family, yeah. It's also, I think, going to be their livelihood as well, like their kind of job stability. Because they do like the baby is symbol, like. Describe the similarities between Christine and Gary. What are they both afraid of? Commitment. Yeah. Oh, Christine and Gary. I think of Dave in my mind. They're both abandoned. They both have the rage. They're broken people. Yeah. What is the effect of the gun on the scene and the play overall? Yes. Danger. No, it's Gary. It's in his toolbox.
Where do you get a gun from? Didn't they have no money?
Why do people who have no money have guns? They just do. Okay, I think Alright, I think I've given you enough to go on with.
Not relevant. This is a comment about being part of America.
Okay, I'm giving you time to work on your homework now. Oh, okay. Please try and ask any questions that you might have now. And make sure that your homework is done for next lesson. Try and keep the structure of the paragraph as well.
No. The coaches are the owners.
Just act one, yes?
I'm sorry. Liverpool lost against Wigan once. No,
With the chat open.
I'm not aggressive. If I was aggressive, you would be dead now.
Yeah.
I don't like it if you give it. It's just because thanks.
Okay, let's get some quiet work done till the bell goes. At least you've got 6 minutes. Go away. Okay, I'll choose the exception. Can you please do you have the sheet?
No, I don't.
was proud that I knew it.
I know who wrote it. The name begins. The engineer starts talking about that. Yeah. It's got a this works and second song.
All the stuff
I'm pretty sure it's 2 because they said 2. Yeah, it's been right probably 2, but standard now.
The one where it says, and I'm going to build a tent down.
You're supposed to start. We need to go on a.
It hasn't actually spoken about
Who? I know.
learning with
Yeah, so use that sheet with the
You tired?
Each quote should have a technique.
Which one have I done? I've done that one. I've done 1, 2, 3.
one paragraph long.
Yeah. Must have big enough.
Too extreme.
And then the Americans will be like all the way here, and then like a tea party will be all the way there. Yeah, so they're like and right wing is also doing well.
What do you have next? We both have it.
Really?
No. What? Do we have engineering on that?
I think our generation's pretty electric.
You want to?
Well, they say that, and then you come up with
I don't have Daisy.
And then the teacher's like, I don't really want to say this.
I swear I didn't. That was like an hour ago.
And there are also more extreme parties that never pop up in Greece. So Europe, even in Scandinavian countries, it's more they shot against things like the Labour Party.
That's how Oslo, he just went on his vacation and he went.
You all know what the camp was for? Camp was for people that were the Labour Party. Labour supporters. I don't know. It was a Labour holiday. So it was like a political camp. No, it wasn't a holiday camp. It was like the camp membership. It was like certain values. So they're like all like, I think they're like Labour supporters.
And he bombed the
That's the bomb. There's like, Obama now, I can't check on otherwise.
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah. There's an image
I'm going to.
IRA, it's like, just another flag. So it's like this one. But that was in the 70s. And then you could find it wearing a leather top suit. Usually if you bleed and deep, like pressing heavily in this area and never flies to
Oh, yeah.
and it only is lovely beautiful. And then I go to Korean team, it's just like those years while playing. There's like
Yeah.
Does anyone want to hand in their work now? So can anyone finish?
okay, those are the most specific.
Wait up, Rocco, yeah? No, don't fucking, oh my god, Rocco.
I don't know why, but it's just bad. I say a suggestion and it's just stupid. It won't work. So, everything we figure out.